Hello and welcome everybody. We're going to be playing a nice little Dono deck list today in the modern format. This is going to be red-green Shamans. I think this was an original brew by Caleb D. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's the guy that I've seen playing this deck the most. Yeah, we're building a deck that is entirely built off of Shamans. That's a Shaman, and the good lord that we're going to be playing is Rage Forger. This card is actually kind of strong. So it's a 3-mana 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on each other shaman you control. Obviously, all your creatures are shamans. And whenever a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it attacks, you may have that creature deal 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. So it basically buffs all of your shamans, and then you have a little bit of a Hell Rider effect. Where all of every single creature just pings your opponent for 1, which is it adds up rather quickly. And then the rest of the deck is just a bunch of value cards, including Harmonic Prodigy. This is one from Modern Horizons 2. It has a 2-mana 1/3, has prowess, and if an ability of Shaman or Wizard that you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So what that does is your Flamekin Harbinger, which gives you the Vampiric Tutor, I guess, will trigger twice. The same is true for Eternal Witness, so you will get back 2 cards. Same is true for Seasoned Pyromancer, so you will get the Pyromancer effects, hopefully getting a bunch of random elementals. And Elvish Visionary will draw multiple cards. Burning Tree Emissary just nets a bunch of mana, which is kind of cool. So you sort of do all of these shaman synergistic things, and then you have Collected Company sort of tying the room together. This is how you get your card advantage. This is how you get your value thanks to Eternal Witness and whatnot. So Golden Narcomancer is there as a sort of a mana dork, but it kind of is nice because it makes your visionaries cost only a single mana. So like all of these get actually brought down in value, which is very nice. 3-mana Collected Companies are no joke as well. The mana base is just some caverns, some forest. I'm not so sure about the groups of the Verdant Willows. These were in the deck list, but I wonder if this would be better. Like, we are an aggro deck after all, so there's bolts and stuff. So I wonder if this would be better as the other dual land, the Pain land instead of the Grove. But maybe when you deal damage in big chunks, so the 1 point of damage doesn't matter. Also, this is great against Death Shadow, so that's a little bit of an extra little bit of value. In the sideboard we have Magus and Endurance. These are just sort of the Magus, Endurance, and Collector Roof, I guess. These are the sort of too good not to play cards, even though they're not shamans. But they're just like a little bit too strong not to play. So we deal with the lack of synergy. We do have some synergy, however, with Reclamation Sage. Like in the past, I've seen other decks, Elementals decks from back then, playing Masked Vandal just because it's a changeling. So decks like Humans have been implementing that. But here we don't need to do that. Like, we actually can just play Rex Sage, good old Rex Sage. It's a Shaman, conveniently enough. So it actually works out with your Harmonic Prodigy, which is nice. Also, some Velos of Summer, some Dismembers, and a singleton copy of Clothis for one of those matchups where you need a threat that's very difficult to answer. Clothis does exactly that. We're going to be playing this through a Modern League, so if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you for round number 1. Alright, if only this hand had lands, it would be awesome, but it doesn't. If only this hand had lands, it'd be awesome, but it actually does, so I'll keep this. So this is actually kind of nice. I think I'm going to bottom the Bolt, and we can go turn 1 Foothills into Hierarch, turn 2 BTE into Anarchomancer, and we're going to have 2 looks at finding a land for Collected Company. Worst case scenario, we can play Elvish Visionary. I may regret bottoming this Bolt if we're playing against like a monkey deck or something. No monkeys. Thank you, JS. Appreciate it. That's exactly how you would expect your Modern League to go, You fire off your Modern League, and obviously you have to be ready to expect turn 1 Hex Parasite. Turn 1 Marsh Flats, get my basic swamp, get my Hex Parasite in play, of course. Just classic archetype. Just your classic modern experience. Okay, so it's this Shadow. My opponent's gonna turbo out a Shadow here. That's kind of really bad for us, actually. That's a Shadow. I'm gonna take one. Can we find a land? It would be sick to find a land. That's not a land. So I guess I can bolt this. If I bolt that, that forces my opponent to choose the size of the Shadow right now. I probably have to draw land though, so I think I'm just gonna go with Visionary here. Land? That's not a land. Alright, so if my opponent goes like a little bit too loosey-goosey, we can actually just bolt him out of the game. Basic Swamp, just mono black Shadow. Well, I'm gonna take it. If my opponent's got TBR, they got TBR, right? This is the triple Shadow deck that Saffron Olive played the other day. Okay. I guess this is a Shadow deck. I guess it's a Saffron Olive deck, I mean. So we did find a land. This is so awkward, man. This is so freaking awkward. So I can play a Rage Forger. So my goal here is to try to set up a scenario where I am killing my opponent. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to probably double chomp because I'm dead. So I double chomp with both of these. And then next turn I can swing with Hierarch. And they just double bolt my opponent. Well, there goes that game plan. There goes that game plan. Not gonna work out anymore. I don't think my opponent's gonna get greedy there because I'm forced to chomp, right? I guess I could have baited them into going for lethal, I guess. Seems kind of very bad though. Like, if I had held the bolt, like, we would have just lost the game, right? So if we find the land, we can now... Okay, so now we can company, which is nice. Or I guess we can just lethal them. That seems better. Because Rage Forger is going to trigger, so this is going to be 2 damage either way. So I guess they could have Fatal Push. We die to Fatal Push. Oh! I don't have... I'm an idiot. I don't have... I don't have the second bolt in hand anymore. Oh, well. I'm stupid. Whoopsies. I was so... Yeah, I fucked this up. Well, that's awkward. I was so tunnel visioned that I forgot that I don't have the bolt anymore in my hand. This is your fault, chat. I get hang out. I get hang up. Wait, what? Oh, they're just gonna get a basic? Okay. So if we jump here, we take 9. We take 10. And if they... Like, we just go to 1, right? So now we win. That's cool. That worked out. So that's nice. So now we attack and we can just bolt them. I mean, we just untap and bolt them. But I guess we don't have to. We can just wait. Plunge into darkness. Sacrifice any number of creatures you gain through life for each sacrificed creature. Or you pay X life, then look at the top X cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand and exile the rest. Is this a choose one? Like, I can't see, it doesn't, why does it not say choose one? Okay, so I guess my opponent's gonna sack any number of creatures. They have to sack 2 of them, at least. Oh, they do both. Oh, okay. But now they're dead, right? Swamp, Spellskite, and Verdant Catacombs. Well, now you're just dead, opponent. That was exciting. I don't know what the hell just happened, but it's Entwine. Okay, yeah, but like it doesn't say it, right? Okay, so when it's on the stack, it doesn't say it, but when it's in, okay, when it's in the graveyard, it actually says it. I have no idea what just happened. That was okay though. Glothis sounds very good against my opponent. And Veil seems like a card that I'm going to be bringing in, and I'm just going to be very sad when it doesn't work out the way I want it to work out. It's fine though. Kind of want to cut one Ignoble. I guess we're on the draw, so Ignoble is better. I think I'm just going to cut the Harbingers, actually. Excellent. Sure, I'm going to keep this in. So now we can go turn 1 Ignoble into turn 2 Glothis. Take it from there. And if my opponent does get me with a push or an Inquisition, we can turn to BTE into Elvish Visionary, which is pretty strong. Opponent moves to 5. Thoughtseize. You got it. They probably have to take the Glothis. They take BTE. Wow, okay. So maybe they have a push or something? Here's a Hierarch. I'm gonna slam this Glothis on 2. Sure. That's kind of nice. So let's name Shaman. Play this, and I guess I could play Season Pyro. I think Glothis is just gonna sit and play, and it's just gonna make my opponent's life very, very hard. Like if I need mana, it's gonna give me mana. If I need damage, it's gonna give me damage. And actually, this is gonna be online next turn. This is just a 4/5. Like that's no joke at all. Exile your Thoughtseize. Let's play a land. And I guess I'm gonna Season Pyro. It discards my Visionary, which I don't love, but if I play the... like, it enables Glothis, which is very good. And sure, I guess I could have sort of risked it and gone for a Visionary and hope I draw a 2-drop, but this is putting a healthy amount of pressure on my opponent. Even if they somehow are playing a Wrath or something. Seems pretty hard for them to be able to do anything about it. Thoughts is away, my friend. They literally can't cast the other shadow. The 2-drop shadow is just rotting in their hand. Here's Stomping Ground. And now I just sit on this Clothes and just start draining them every turn. It's a nice draw. It's a very nice draw. Like, they can't answer this. And I'm gonna have way too much stuff now. Just the casual draw 2 here. Whee! There we go. Your go, opponent. Your go. This Clothes card is good. This Clothes card seems strong. Three mana? What is this? Dismember my Clothes? Oh my god, I got so got. I'll take it. Oh, no attacks? Okay. That's fine. Okay, so let's go. Wow, this is kind of awesome. So we can just play out our entire hand and we can just boost the entire team. This just cost a single red. This deck is sweet, even though I only play combo mode and have to try it out. Like, look at this! Look at this shit! Look at this shit! Like, that was kind of awesome. That was a fantastic first match. See you next round. Okay. So this hand can do some stuff. So we can go turn 2 Prodigy, turn 3 BTE into Prodigy into draw 3. I can't pass that up, right? What kind of monster would I be if I passed that up? We're gonna get eaten alive by Tron, but you know, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Oh yes. Good old Tron player keeping 7 without turn to Tron. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay. Let's name Shaman. And let's play a Wizard. So I guess now what we want to do is we want to play BTE, play Prodigy, play another BTE, and then we're going to be able to do a bunch of things. Oh yes, mismatching Tron lands. The bad thing is that if my opponent has a Nuggin or an O-Stone, this is not going to matter at all. But this is going to be sick, though. This is going to be awesome. So we do this. We're going to trigger this twice. Then we're going to play Harmonic Prodigy. Then we're going to trigger this 3 times. Net a significant amount of mana. Let's fetch for, I guess, a forest. Guess it doesn't really matter. Let's play Visionary, Ancestral. Okay. So if I play an Archomancer, this is gonna do more things. So, I mean, I'm just gonna go all in. Yo, Spike with the huge, massive raid. We're doing some things here. You folks are coming. You're arriving here at the perfect time. So if my opponent doesn't have a very good turn over there, this is looking good. Thank you for the follows. And also, Aaron, thank you so much for the dono, for the subscription, and Mr. Seri tier 1, quarter of a month entry. Yeah, that sounds about right. Don't O-stone me, bro. Don't O-stone me, bro. ¿Qué haces, Mordi? ¿Todo bien? Ooh. That's... Alright, so I guess Wormcoil is the only card that matters now. Even before we're gonna whistle from... Yo, excuse me, like, I'm just gonna be over here doing my bullshit, and if my opponent has it, they have it, you know? They have 7 mana here, though. No! Ensnaring Bridge? Oh, no, this is fine. They have 5 cards in hand. Yes. This is good. We're fine. We are fine. Ensnaring Bridge. Oh no, how can I ever beat Ensnaring Bridge? Cards in hand, opponent? Cards in hand, opponent? How many you got? How many cards in hand you got? That's what I thought. I would like to, I guess I'm just gonna choose and save targets. Always yes and always yield. Triggers! Minus 16. Love it. Love it. That was fun. This deck is hella spicy. Batman with the tier 1 sub, 27 months. Welcome back. Just got my highest finish in Amulet, 10th out of 252 last weekend in RCQ. That's awesome, Batman. Congrats. That sounds great. So Magus sounds good. Rex Sage sounds reasonable as well. Not sure that I want all of them. I probably do. At least I want 2 of them. Probably cut a couple of bolts. Hey, Fran, I'm a big fan of the stream and Amulet in general. I took first on local RCQ this week with Amulet. Thanks for the great content and helpful advice. Also, Crisis is a scam, Cultivator is the truth. I think both of them are a scam, but yeah, that's fine. Congratulations on your result. That's awesome. That's very cool. Love to see people doing well with Amulet. Damn, so many follows. Really appreciate everybody for hanging out here today. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. We're just having some fun playing some Dono deck lists. We have some Shamans right now, and then we have some Displacer Kit in action in Legacy later. Do I want this? Like, this finds me Rexage? It's a little bit of a... It's a little bit of some synergy going on there. Maybe Harbinger can go. But I just want to cut bolts. This is Breach. I don't think we want to cut Hierarchs. Maybe the Visionaries can go? Question mark? Probably won't BTE. Maybe an Archomancer can... No, this is mana. Everything that's mana is probably good for me. Let's just do something like this. This may be wrong. Maybe I should just be cutting the bolts and just call it a day. Harbinger doesn't find anything except Rage Forger. I mean, it finds everything. Like, it can find Eternal Witness. It can find... So it finds... It doesn't find anything, and it finds everything at the same time. If that makes sense. Probably ship this hand. Very slow. This hand is a potential turn to Magus, so that's probably good. And we're gonna bottom the Prodigy, I guess? Maybe I should be bottoming the Rex Sage. But just having access to the one-off seems good to me. We really gotta dodge Dismember. That's the card I'm very afraid of right here. Also would love to find a land for what's worth. I also got first in my RCQ this weekend with Amulet. As scummy as crazy as this, I did go to turns at 67 live due to Solidus 11-11 against Vorko. That's awesome. I mean, to be fair, that's where Crasis is good, right? Well, Warping Will got me. On the plus side, double Ursa's Mine I can live with. Ancient Steerings. Expedition map, okay. They can't have this memory with Jegantha. Good point. Opponent shows me that they had... Okay. Here's a Visionary. It's the only one that I can cast, so... Alright, awesome. So... let's see what my opponent does. Salty Snacker 13, thank you for the follow. There's a power plant, so they're gonna finish Tron now. But I have Magus, so that's kind of okay. Sylvan Scribe. We can Rex Sage if we want, but I don't, so... Let's make sure we get the proper art stomping ground, of course. And here's a Magus. So instead of 9 mana, you have 4. Which is the proper amount. Beat down burn and aggro players using Crisis and RCQ. Nice rolling vortex. Yeah, I'm surprised you would say that, because like I would not bring in Crisis versus burn. Alright, just gonna Coco my opponent's Sand Step, place around removal, I mean sweepers, you know. Opponent gets a basic forest. They can put Jegantha to hand, or play something like a Thrag Daddy. No, Jegantha to hand is the play. So the goal here is that we collected company into the nuts, and then we untap and Rage Forger them. Or we can just get a couple like Ignoble Hierarchs, that's also fine. So Ignoble Hierarch is actually not the worst, because now I can go Harmonic Prodigy into Harbinger. And now Harbinger is gonna get Rage Forger and Rage Forger. So both of my draw steps are gonna be Rage Forger. Oh, like they don't line up. What am I even thinking here? I'm an idiot. Never mind. I guess it doesn't really work. So we're just gonna swing here and we have lethal next turn. So even through the Jegantha, it just doesn't matter. How's it going? My group just radioed me and they're going to be 15 minutes late. Oh, there we go. So I think we got this locked up. I guess they could have exactly Wormcoil. No, but they win before blockers. We win before blockers, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Wormcoil doesn't do anything. Also, we could Rex Sage. But it's better to just attack with the Ignobles, so they're just gonna lose in combat. So triggers. I love how Moto is like, give me a second, let me process this. Yeah. You can't block opponent if you're dead before blocks. That was kind of awesome. See you next round. I'm just keeping this hand. We drew both of our caverns, which are really awkward here, because I have to put both of them on Shaman. And being on Shaman doesn't cast my Harmonic Prodigy. So I don't have the option of going turn 2 Prodigy, so I can set up a turn 3 explosive turn. I still think we keep this. And then we can go BTE into Prodigy, like we can sort of fix our mana that way, which is, which I guess is the way to do it. Is it possible that main deck Crisis over Cultivator is good because it's more consistent? No, I don't think so. I think if you're gonna be playing one-off, you should be playing Cultivator. I think Cross is just a bad card, for what's worth. I think the only reason to play Crass is like the other day, Canister put it in a great way, and I agree with what he said 100%. He said Crisis is not a card. Crisis is a game plan. I'm just gonna name Shaman here. And so if you are not, you know, playing that game plan, then you should not play Crisis altogether. But yeah, thank you, Viper, for the prompt sub. Welcome back. So if I put it on human... Oh, I guess I could have put it on human. Yeah, you're right. It just makes my Anarchomancers uncounterable then. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It just makes my my Anarchomancers uncastable, I mean. Croxa. Okay. So I think I'm just going to discard Harmonic Prodigy there. 1/3 too strong. So that's nice. Opponent's on some sort of Jund. I think I want to play land and play an Anarchomancer here. If I play Forger, I turn this into a 3/3 and I can attack. But it doesn't really do anything, and an Anarchomancer sets me up to company next turn, so I think I'd rather do that. I don't think I want to attack. I'd rather just have the Shaman in play for Rage Forger. Used to play Shamans before MH2, and I always played Judith Scourge Diva. My opponent was on Tooth and Nail. They attacked with Emrakul and died to me, sacking creatures from the annihilate. That's awesome. That is awesome. I imagine the best thing must be, you know, your opponent attacks, Annihilator trigger on the stack, you company, and you put Judith in play. Oh, that must be glorious. Yeah, that's what we did last game, Magic Noso. That's what we did last game, but this game, my opponent played a monkey, right? So if I just play the Prodigy, my opponent bolts, they kill the Prodigy and they get to swing in with monkey. So the BT just being in play, I guess I should have explained this when I went through the thought process here. But it basically allows me to just like do something here. Obnixilis. I mean, that's probably just good for me, right? Okay. Gonna lose 2 life. It's not very good, I don't think. Stomping Ground. Sure. So I probably want a company here, right? If I Rage Forger, if I just Rage Forger, nah, I'm just gonna company because I'm gonna company because if I find what's his name, like a thing that nets me mana, like another BTE or another Anarchomancer, then I can Rage Forger this turn as well. Yeah, that does it. So BTE Harmonic Prodigy. Okay, to this. Make infinite mana. And now play this thing. Triggers. Yeah, that was a pretty good Coco for sure. And now we can go... Do we even care about Yob? My opponent needs to chomp, right? This is 6 damage. Yeah, this is 6 damage. They are down to 12. And this is actually lethal. So I would just go face here. But yeah, obviously this worked out very nicely there. Rage Forger is a Rage Forger, but a company could be anything. Could even be a Rage Forger. You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. Okay, so this has felt like the worst card in the deck by a significant margin. I'm not super into this card. Like, it works if you Coco into this plus Visionary and then you use Demonic Tutor, but I wonder if we should be doing something like just playing a Noble Hierarch, you know? It doesn't fix our mana, but it does give us the Exalted triggers. It does give us mana. I feel like there should at least be some Furies to fetch with it. Yeah, maybe at least the one of Fury would be interesting for sure. I play Shaman used to make more than one run as the Indomitable just to make my Cocos a little stronger. Probably the wrong move, but it was fun. Yeah, I don't know if I would main deck it. It's probably okay as a cyber card. Like, I know that I want Colossus here. Like, Colossus seems like a no-brainer. I don't think I care about this member. Endurance is interesting, and I guess Endurance does make my Flamekins a little bit better, but not significantly so. I do think I want at least a couple of Endurance, maybe not all of them, but I do want at least a couple. I don't think that the moon effects are gonna be good. I mean, I guess... it depends on what you want to do. Like, obviously, if you get paired against a deck like 4 color, this is not gonna be very good, but if you get paired against amulets and stuff, you're gonna be cooking with this. But yeah, like, there's actually no synergies with Magus, right? Like, this is just a card that you bring in to mess with your opponent's mana in very specific matchups. Yeah, I'm not really into this guy. Maybe I should be cutting the Ignobles though, because my opponent's gonna be playing like a bunch of ways to kill X1s, and the 1/1 at least does trade with what's his name? It does trade with Monkey as opposed to just chomping it. My opinion on Veil against John, I feel like my opinion on Veil overall is just like, not even against John, just in general, I think that Veil is not as good of a card. I think we're just shipping this, and we're obviously shipping this. I think Veil is a very, very overvalued card, and I don't think it's as good as people seem to think it is. I'm gonna keep this bottom, and I guess I'm gonna bottom the Flamekin. But Veil just never works out. It never does. Every time I have Veil in my sideboard, I end up just cycling it, because it's just so easy to play around. But people really remember the blowouts, because the blowouts are obviously outrageously crazy good. So they forget about all the times that they have like this random Veil of Summer sitting and rot in their hand. It doesn't feel like a modern card. Veil feels like a legacy DH card where you're worried about force. Yeah, that's a way to look at it for sure. This Grizz seems pretty hard to beat when we're missing land drops. Paimo Luns with the Prime sub, 16 months. Welcome back. Thank you for using your Prime sub here. That's awesome. Thanks to all of you hanging out from Spike's stream. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying the content. Having some fun with Having some fun with some silly shamans. Obi-Wan episode 3. Welcome back for 19 months. I appreciate it. Looks like our one lander's not gonna work out, chat. It may seem as that is the case. Double Mayhem Devil? Yeah, that sounds about right. Endurance is kind of sick against what my opponent's doing, right? Endurance is kind of really good. Yeah. Cabo Carl, thank you for the follow. But yeah, wherever you are in the world, hopefully your Wednesday is going just as good as mine. And that's very good. Having a good time today. Nice, JS. Yeah. Yeah. This deck is sure something. Okay. I'll keep this. Obviously, we're gonna have to draw a land, but once we do, like, this hand is very good. Like, it's very robust. And if my opponent goes turn 1 Monkey and we go turn 2 Elvish Visionary, that's good. I would consider that to be good. Just finished my playset of Caverns in Amulet today. Nice, nice. I actually, yesterday, finally caved in and purchased 2 Bosages. I only own 2 Caverns in Paper, and I owned 0 Bosages. So now I actually own 1. So, yeah. I literally cannot play Amulet in Paper. Bosage ban confirmed. Exactly. How do I get cards banned? Just like I basically buy them. That's what happened with Oko. I basically was reluctant to buy Okos. And then I said, well, okay, fuck it. I actually have to play Oko at GP Austin. Ooh, Bombardment. Okay. Land. Shit. That sucks. So, I finally said, okay, whatever. I do have to just play Oko at GP Austin. So I'm gonna buy them. And I bought them. I played them at that event. And then they literally banned them the day after. So I think I'm just gonna... Man, this is so sick for them. At least it's, if I do get a land, I get to get rid of the Croxa, which is nice, but... So I literally played those Okos that I bought. I literally played them at 1 event, and that was it. So I think I'm endurancing this turn. Endurance... Whatever, like however you say that. I'm casting Endurance, there we go. Think I'm casting Endurance this turn. Keep the pressure up. And we're gonna sandbag this Harmonic Prodigy. I bought Copters the day before they were banned in Standard. Ugh. Yeah. Funny enough, my history with bans is pretty ridiculous. Like, my first Modern deck... Oh. Okay, so... Just gonna Endurance now. Cast. My history with bans is actually pretty brutal. Like the very first deck that the very first competitive deck, like my very first deck was Storm, because I bought it for like cents, right? I bought the entire deck for like less than $100 because that's what it was worth back then. So do I get a little bit greedy here? Like, I think I attack with the Endurance, but like the question is, do I play Prodigy and say go? Just gonna ping my Visionary. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play Prodigy and say go. But as I was saying, I bought Storm, like whatever, and I had like a bunch of cards for burn, but like the very first modern deck that I actually bought was Splinter Twin. And I had all the cards for like Blue-Red Twin, minus like some fetches or whatever. And then I bought Pod, and when I bought, no, was it? So when I think when I bought, I can't remember if I bought Pod or Twin first, but when I bought one of them, like the person that got it for me, that sold it to me, said that it came with a surprise, and it came with all the cards for Amulet. At least we know like with one as Suicide, it came with like all the prime times and all the summoners packs and like all of the bounce lands or whatever. So that's kind of the story of how I got all the cards for Amulet. It was literally just a coincidence. I bought the cards on eBay for another deck, and it just came with Amulet. So you could say that it was meant to be. Oh, that card fucks. Yeah, and so I wanted to play Tarmo Twin forever. So if I block here, I think we block, and I bolt the Mayhem Devil. And this actually offers the trade here. If my opponent wants to, they can sack a Devil to put 2 points here, but then they can't do, like, we just trade, which is fine. Yeah, so I finally got the cards for, I finally got my playset of Tarmogoyfs because I really wanted to play Tarmo Twin ever since like Patrick Dickman top 8'd Pro Tour One of the Gods. And I was missing Goyfs, obviously, because they were like $200. Like, they were literally like that expensive back in the day. And I finally finished my playset after like years of like saving up and like trying to work my way towards them. And then they banned Twin. Like, I got my my last Goyf, and they announced the banning of Twin the day after. And then I played them at 1 FNM. Because back in the day, they would announce the bans, and then they would give you like a week to sort of figure it out. Like, you would get to play one last FNM if you wanted. You would get to play one last FNM with the cards that were banned before they were actually banned. So, well, that's good. Another company, I'll take it. Not clear, there's not any bans discussion right now. Floated at just the right amount of play and power level. I think Amulet is always, I mean, Amulet was banned already, right? Like, Summer Bloom was banned. And then Amulet kind of stopped being played for quite a while. Is this Ob? Ob has looked so bad. Ob has looked so bad for my opponent. Like, they should not do this. Like, I have 4 mana here. Like, obviously I have a collected company. DJPJ 1080, thank you for the follow. Ooh. So these just pump each other? Obviously, I don't want the Pyro now, because I would have to discard my insane card. So I think we just get double Rage Forger. And they just pump one another. They're both 3/3s, and they percent lethal, which is good. Me Bloom, feel that, and once upon a time, World Bans for Amulet. But right now, the deck is in a good spot. Yeah. Right now, Amulet is okay. This deck looks sweet. It is. I can confirm that it indeed is sweet. So is there any reason to company main phase? Yes, because I can find Harmonic Prodigy, and then my Rage Forgers are going to trigger twice. Hey, look at that. I could also just find Season Pyromancer and just, you know, draw 4 cards. I guess I don't really draw 4, I just, you know, recycle my cards, but I make a bunch of elementals in the process, so. So now these trigger twice. And wait, what's going? Why are they triggering so much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, because each one, they trigger themselves? Whenever a creature you control attacks. Oh, so they trigger themselves. I didn't know that. I thought that it said when other creatures. So yeah, this is actually just lethal. Awesome. That works. GG's. That's yeah, that's a lot more damage than I was expecting. So yes, definitely correct. Definitely correct to main phase company, I guess. Yeah, just rage was indeed forged. The rage was indeed forged. That was fun. Summer Bloom getting banned actually made me a better player. I ended up playing John and Absent after the ban and learned how to really grind and play multiple turns ahead. Yeah, nice. How come it's 8 triggers, by the way? Because, yeah, we were wondering the same thing. So, the thing that it works is like this sees itself and it sees the other one. So this triggers twice and this triggers twice and both of them get doubled. So, yeah. Each triggers twice and both of them get doubled. So that's sort of the explanation as to why it's so much damage. It's pretty good. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage out of nowhere. So Harmonic Prodigy plus this thing does a lot. Neat. 3-0, baby. Let's go. All right. So what do we do with this hand? We can go turn 1 Flamekin, put Forger on top, turn 2 Harmonic Prodigy, turn 3 we go off. But I don't really want to draw the thing just yet. Like, I'd rather draw a land than a Rage Forger. So I think I'm going to keep this hand, but I'm not going to play Flamekin on 1. Although I guess, if I'm playing against the monkey deck, then it's a lot better for me to play Harbinger here. This is Harmonic Prodigy, that was his name. This is interesting. This is very interesting because, like, the problem is I don't know if this is gonna come up later. So I think I'm obviously playing this on turn 1. Yeah, I think because of my curb, I'm just gonna play it right now. But I need to actually get lucky now. Yeah, I know that I'm gonna be... My plan is to go Harmonic Prodigy into... Harmonic Prodigy into BTE into Visionary. That's my plan, and sort of like take it from there. I can also Eternal Witness and get back with it Foothills. Probably gonna wait on that. I guess it's gonna depend on what I'm up against. Ignoble Hierarch. So we're probably against Yawg. So I'm gonna hope for no Grist. We already have access to the Rage Forger. We really need to draw land. We really gotta draw land. I guess if I want to guarantee it, I can go BTE, Ewit, get back land into Visionary. Seems like kind of a waste of an Ewit because I have Harmonic Prodigy, so like these Ewit triggers actually get doubled here. I can't get BT of Harbinger. This only finds elementals. They should attack. It's not bad. So I'm just going for the spike, right? Ooh, baby. I guess we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get a shit ton of things. So discard both of those. Discard both of those. And I guess I'm gonna discard both of these. Got tokens. Swing for 2. That was fun. that was kind of fun, not gonna lie. So next turn we get to Ewit and we get 3 triggers, so we can get back company, land, and I guess a lightning bolt. And then we can probably bolt the Ignoble Hierarch. Yeah, this card is the worst card in the deck by a significant margin, but Rage Forger is the best one. And this is like not the absolute worst in terms that it trades with Ragavan and stuff. But yeah, if Flame King is here to find Rage Forgers in game 1, and then to find Endurances post-Cyborg. That's all that Rage Forger does. Unfortunately, this is an oof. Pretty much the whole concept of Shaman is that Rage Forger is cracked and some of these cards are reasonable. Exactly, yeah. So yeah, like Rage Forger is what sort of turbocharges your deck. That's kind of the concept. Okay, Yawg. Protection from humans? No! No! Oh, my dudes are humans. That would have been sick to draw a BTE there, I'm not gonna lie. It would have been totally sick to draw a BTE there. Trigger number 1, Wooded Foothills. Trigger number 2, I guess I'm gonna get back a Rage Forger. I mean, I'm definitely getting back the land. I think I'm getting back Collected Company. And just Rage Forger. Yeah. Play land. I kind of want to attack with everything. I feel like putting my opponent on a little bit of a block is pretty important. Like, I need to make sure that I have more life than they do. They just stake it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That looks lethal to me. So just bold their face. Just trigger some prowesses. Just trigger some. Oh, they. Oh, they buff each other. Yes. Oh my god, this deck is awesome. That was awesome. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so now this member actually seems interesting to me. Yeah, I totally forgot. I didn't even think about the fact that these, like, because this, I read that this said another wizard or shaman, right? So, but they are both wizards, so they double each other if you have two of them in play, which is sick. Figuring out triggers in paper would be an hammer. Yes, yes, I would have missed so many triggers already if we were playing in paper. We need a DJ call another one in this side. Okay, so this member is sick. What else? Is Clothes legit? I don't think so. Endurance seems kind of reasonable. And Magus also seems moderately interesting, but I think that Magus is going to be better on the draw than on the play. I think on the play, my opponent is going to be able to like get a bunch of like random mana dorks in play faster than I can get the Magus out. So I'm not loving the Harbinger. So like this card has not looked good so far. Yep. Let's go with this. Sure. Keep this. So we can go turn 1, ignoble. Okay. Does that do anything? It may do something. Okay. Grist minus? Jeez, that's so aggressive. I mean, I'll take it, but wow. So here's an Anarchomancer. So next turn we can go Forger Hierarch. It's a lot of dudes. Lots of dudes. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Okay, so what are we doing here? I think I want a company. Feel like the rule of thumb is if you can, company. And company in main phase has felt very good. So Ewit for sure. And if we get another Anarchomancer, then Rage Forger costs 1. So that's fine. Seems better than Visionary, which is just a 1/1. So let's get back Coco here. If I attack, opponent double blocks. I'm just gonna chill. I think that this being in play matters more. Yeah, Rage Forger for a single red is pretty good, not gonna lie. There's Yawgmoth. So opponent's gonna start killing my things. They forgot to reset this. They could have reset this and then sacked this. That would have net them 1 more card. Okay, so now they can draw their deck if they want to. Why did I did get Coco back. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that makes things a little bit worse. I mean, I guess we're just doing this, right? Like, we need to find a good company that can allow us to go over the top. It's not the best company I've ever seen. Okay. So they can kill Ewit here, which they probably should. Let's discard Season Pyromancer here. And pass the turn. Like, those lands are not great, but I feel like I needed to get some bodies into play. Like, we are ahead of life from my opponent, so... Oh, never mind. Okay, so now... Well, no, they still don't have... Oh, no, yeah, they do have it. They have to... Okay, so they just had to plus, and then they just combo kill us. Man, if we had had one more mana, it would have been fine, because we could have just killed the Blood Artist. So I guess Magus actually becomes a lot more exciting now that I'm on the... Now that I'm on the play. Go with something like this. Interesting. So I can go... I think I keep this. We can go turn 2 BTE into... BTE into Visionary. And then we take it from there. It's not the best, but seems okay. Magus? No Magus. But now turn 3 we can actually Rage Forger into another Rage Forger, which is pretty nice. And sure, opponent has got Grist, but it's not gonna be good enough. So fetch, basic forest, Rage Forger. We're gonna go with both after Grist. Oh! Player or Planeswalker? Holy shit, that's sick. So if I throw both at Grist, I guarantee killing it? Yeah, that seems worth doing for sure. Always yes, always yield. Wow, I thought that he just went to player. That's awesome. So now even if they have Yogg, we're still doing kind of fine. Yeah, Rage Forger just does so much. Like, it's so much better than it looks at first sight. And it just makes your random, like, BTE or, like, Elvish Visionary, it just makes them so much better. Turn 3 Yawgmoth. Alright, so we really have to find this member. They kind of have to sack their entire board here just to kill the Rage Forger. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dismember would be awesome. Forge is the only card that makes his deck play. Yeah, and the list is playing 3, which is very confusing to me. I would imagine you'd want to play 4. That sucks. Okay, so let's just go name Shaman. We just go Ignoble Hierarch, Rage Forger, and swing. So this is they take the free block there, obviously, but now they're at 10, and like we're putting a significant amount of pressure on them. What was the past match? I don't remember. There was Tron, and I forgot the other ones. Shamans was seeking the creature mirrors back in the day, trying to block Shamans as human spirits. Elves was actually a nightmare back in the day, yeah. This thing, like, stacks up so much damage. We do have some pretty insanely good draws. Like, my opponent here just kind of has to sack their board to kill my Rage Forger. And they can't really let me untap, because if I find company, I can potentially protect the Rage Forger. Although I guess they are letting me untap. Innkeeper actually saving my opponent a little bit. Company! Harmonic Prodigy. Ugh. That sucks. At least this doubles up the Rage Forger trigger, so it's not the worst. It's not too great either, though. They have to kill this before combat. Okay. Okay, so there goes my Rage Forger. So if I attack now, I can attack with these two. This potentially deals 3 damage total. Or I can attack like this. If I attack like this, opponent takes the free block here. They take 7. Is that fine? Exalted triggers twice. That's cute, actually. But I definitely want to attack with both, because I'd rather, you know, either guarantee more damage coming through or force the chump. The question is, am I attacking with the Ignoble Hierarch, because that gives my opponent a free block here. But it potentially forces a chump, or it pushes more damage through. The thing is that if I draw another Rage Forger or an Eternal Witness, if I draw Rage Forger or Eternal Witness, I guess I win anyway. So, yeah, that probably settles it. Okay, so this deals 4 to them. We could lose from here. We could lose from here. But it does limit my opponent's options. Blood Artist is the card that I do not want to see. Well. Double Yawgmoth. Okay, Geist. Okay, so we may be fine here. Maybe we're okay. I'm the Shaman of the West Coast. That's what they call me. Okay. That's one more draw. They're staying even on life. That's an awkward land for them to draw there. That's funny. So now they can't Chord, and they don't have Yawgmoth. But I'm assuming that if my opponent gets to untap, I lose. So I do have to draw something here. That's most definitely not something. Okay, so... if we make the same attack... we make... I guess we can attack with Visionary, but then they just draw a card off of this, so it doesn't really do anything. If I attack with both, they just block, and then block and sack, so it also doesn't do anything. So I guess we just have to pass back. Like, there's nothing we can do here. Damn it, man. We had so many good draws. Bold, Dismember. Ugh. Even Magus would have kind of been okay. Although I guess they could just kill the Magus with the Yawgmoth. Yeah, we don't have good attacks. So we're just gonna pass the turn. That sucks. Good to go dismissal with two back. Alright, sounds good. We're playing the best Shaman, Gorilla Shaman. We're not playing Gorilla Shaman. Definitely a pretty missed opportunity right there. Thoughtseize. Got him. I think that they're just Thoughtseizing because they have lethal, yeah. Okay. There we go. Really sucks, man. Yep, that would have been sick. That would have been lethal, yep. Yep, that would have very much been lethal. Alright, see you next round. Alright, let's risk this one. We're on the draw, and maybe this hand is just terrible. But maybe, just maybe. Bolt the bird. Grove versus Nurturing Peatland. Classic. Classic. Young Wolf. Young Wolf. Okay. So I guess I still kind of do want the land, so we're just gonna name Shaman here. Shaman. Back-to-back Yawgmoth gamers. Back-to-back Yawg gamers. Would not want to see Grist here. That one, yeah. That one, I would not want to see that one. That one right there. Shaman. Okay. Okay. So, basic forest. Green, red. And green. It's kind of nice. Do I attack is the question. Probably not, because next turn if I Coco into Rage Forger, I want to have the random dudes in play. So now they have enough to core for Yawg, which is bad for us. So we just have to hope that they don't have it. Seems like they have it. I'm suspicious that they might have it, chat. What do you think? Do we think they have it? I think they have it. And of note, this would have, if I had attacked, this wouldn't have changed. Like my opponent just blocks both, or they just take it. That's also an option. So they don't have infinite draws here. I don't think they've played their land drop though. But they can untap 3 Young Wolves by sacking these and resetting them. Yeah, at this point I just don't have enough business. I'm just gonna concede. No way. No point in like continuing to play. So dismembers. Cut these. Bring these in. And I think that's it. I think we cut like a Visionary and a Seastone Pyro. Warrior players never resetting before sacking tokens. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense. Magus against Yacht. On the play, yes. On the draw, no. Because I feel like on the play, we can play these on turn 2. And like their mana base is actually quite bad. So I think on the play as a surprise, particularly when my opponent has not seen the card, right? Interesting, I'll keep this. When my opponent has not seen the card, I'm even more inclined to do something like that, but... Not really liking Flame King Harbinger. Is there anything you would want? I mean, I think that something like Noble Hierarch may just be better, honestly. Stabs with the dono. Thank you for that, Stabs. Am I just dismembering this thing? I think I'm just dismembering this thing. Also, I didn't tell you, Stabs, but I actually brought my rates up. Well, now I feel very smart that I did that. So do I want to Harmonic Prodigy here? I think so. I guess I want an Archimancer, actually. Wait. So if I no, actually, man, this is weird. So if I Harmonic Prodigy now, next turn I can BTE into an Archimancer into Magus. That's probably the line. And I don't think my opponent's gonna have a way to kill this, so that's fine. Capitalism strikes again. Yeah, I know. But basically what I realized is like every other content creator is charging like $50 plus for Dono Leaks. And I'm out here charging 20, which is less than half what everybody else is charging. So I just feel like an idiot, you know? Got him. I mean, I guess Wall of Roots is, you know, gives them green mana, but... Okay, here we go. So, red-green. Triggers. Play an Archimancer. Play this. I may draw a basic forest, and if so, I like a fetch land, and I can fetch for basic forest before playing Magus. I did not, so that's fine. But here we go. Magus. Nice fetch land, bro. But yeah, just giving my opponent low on black mana seems like a pretty good strategy. But now that my opponent has seen the Magus, I'm just gonna cut them for game number 3. Dude, like, my baby is not having a good day today. She's been screaming desperately. Alright. Yeah, Magus is strong. Magus is good when you're not prepared for it. So, cut the Magus. I guess we get to bring in Pyro again. Another Visionary. And what? Harbinger? Maybe Endurance? Nah. Endurance is just not very good against Yawgmoth, I don't think. Fine, I'll make it $50. Who's saying? Thank you, Stabs. Really appreciate it. I mean, I'm not charging. I'm only charging 30 for the record. So it's still a bargain. I'm still charging a lot less than everybody else. But I feel slightly less like an idiot for charging less. Ah, you see? We have instilled the fear, chat. We have successfully instilled the fear in my opponent. Look at them, fearing the Magus. Well, Magus would definitely not be good this game, huh? So, just an Archimancer plus Visionary, I guess. Maybe I should have fetched for basic. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. Fury, however, would be amazing. Oh yeah, Fury would be sick. Maybe that's what we should be doing right now. Just playing Fury. Feel like that's the answer to make every deck better. Just add Fury. Damn. That's so many Exalted triggers. Okay. Yeah, it's technically tutorable with the thingy, so. Grist. The Hunger Tide. Okay. Anarchomancer down. So this means, I guess, that I get to play 2 creatures here. So let's do Ignoble and Rage Forger. Maybe this is wrong, and maybe I should have just like played Rage Forger and then... Oh no, never mind. I keep forgetting that Rage Forger is just sick. So we attack them, and we ping the Grist, which is insane. Always yes, always yield, and always yield. Keep forgetting that the Rage Forger is a sick card. So now take 4 and kill your Grist. Next turn we can tutor, we can fetch for basic Mountain and play Season Pyro, which would be nice. Look at us forging the Rage. Would I play Fury main or Cyber? I think that you could probably play a singleton copy, like a singleton main deck copy of Fury. So this is gonna be bad if they have... Wow. I'm gonna take 5 here, I think. If they have Eldritch Evolution here, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, they have Evo. So they sack Geist, get Yogg. So now I need to draw Dismember. It's the only way that I can win this game anymore. Wow, Yawgmoth, this Yawgmoth player is actually resetting things now. They learned between last game and this one. Reset Geist. Kill Rage Forger. Did they find the little guy? Nope. No Yawgmoth. Interesting. Okay, so play this, fetch for Mountain. 1, 2. So I guess we can play Visionary first. Because I'm looking for Dismember specifically. So this gives me one more look. Basic Mountain. 1, 2, 3. And hopefully we find Dismember. Cross fingers. Not it. So we do get to swing for 4, which is nice. So they do get to make this smaller into a 3/3. Or they can just kill it in response, but that means that they have to kill their Ignoble Hierarch. What they can do is they can block with Yogg and then make it 1 smaller. That could work. They can also just take 4. Okay. So I guess they're just gonna reset, which is fine. Because it does kill the ignoble, which is what I'm trying to do anyway. And now they can sack this to kill the visionary. Sure. Man, I really need to draw this member there. This Yawgmoth card is good. This Yawgmoth card is good. You heard it here first. This Yawgmoth card is good. Man, these games have been so close too. We've always been like one card or like one something away from getting there, but just falling a little bit too short. If they have Young Wolf, they can then Yawg makes combat a nightmare. Yeah, it does. But it's a matter of, you know, amount of life that they're at, and right now they are at 8. Crystal Things 66, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Wow, okay, actually doesn't matter too much. I just kill 2 1/1s. Dismember Ewit. Eternal Witness. That sucks. So opponent didn't have it last turn. So I guess we're just gonna cross fingers and hope that they don't have it this turn either. But there's nothing better for us to get. Like we could have gotten Season Pyro instead. No, I think getting Rage Forger is better because like this puts like so many bodies in play. But like I'm dead anyways, right? Like I can't cast whatever I get off of the Ewit anyways, and I'm still dead to the same cards, so nothing really changes here. Still dead to the same cards, but now I have the potential of killing my opponent just by making my dudes beefier. Maybe it's wrong, actually. They are paying life, though. Okay. So this basically undoes the some counters. So Cord kills me. They play the land for whatever reason. I don't know why they play the land before doing all of this. Doesn't make too much sense. What do you think about 5-color humans these days? I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't think it's particularly great. Like, it's fine. Just an okay deck that you can play. But I don't think it's very good, no. I mean, the problem that it has is that it doesn't prey on anything, right? So, what are we looking for here? Bolt. Ooh, Dismember. So, if we Dismember now, this forces the issue, which is nice. And now my Rage Forgers can actually get to potentially survive. So they have to pay the life in advance, and if they pay too much life, then they may end up losing to my Rage Forger trigger. So like that Dismember is a pretty good draw there. Okay. Keep slamming for Columnath in one case and keep coming up against Tron instead of Murktide feels bad, man. Ugh, brutal. Why aren't they looking for Blood Artist? I don't understand. I mean, I think my opponent could be playing around like Lightning Bolt and stuff. I guess that they couldn't. No, never mind. I don't know. I can't answer your question. This does put a lot of pressure onto them. So we got a little bit rewarded there by getting the Rage Forger. So now that resets both of these. So we attack with this. We attack with both. They block and we force the trade, meaning that my opponent can't really kill me, and we have Rage Forger there. So I think we may actually be getting there here, folks. Because my opponent can play Yawgmoth next turn, but they can't really do anything with it. They just don't block. They just off it. Oh no, this is actually just lethal. Never mind. Woo! 4-1! 4-1. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Alright, to wrap this league up, this was a ton of fun. This was a ton of fun. Like, this card is so much better than it looks at first sight. This this card just is so much damage, particularly combined with this. And Collected Company is just straight up busted in this deck. The worst card has felt by a mile, the Flamekin Harbinger. I feel like there are ways, like as we discussed during the league, you can use Fury just as a one-off, as a two-door target, which could be interesting. So like you could actually make this card a little bit worth the slot, or you could just take it in a different way and just cut the card altogether, since it was just pretty bad. And I could see trying something like add the 4th copy of Rage Forger, since you're not going to be able to vamp tutor for it, and then play a couple of Noble Hierarchs. I think that could be a pretty interesting approach to this. But everything else looked very good, actually. Like, I was very, very impressed by just how having these random critters just sitting there, like seemingly doing nothing, but then you just play the Rage Forger and all of a sudden, like, your random stupid 1/1 that drew you a card or 2 cards, all of a sudden is now like beating down for just obnoxious amounts of damage. The fact that this can hit Planeswalkers is pretty messed up as well. The sideboard seems fine. I'm not sure how I feel about Veil. Maybe this card is fine when we're facing some sort of control style deck. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Rex Sage also felt a little bit unnecessary, but we didn't get paired against Hammer or any of those decks where you would actually want this kind of effect. So I didn't play enough with the deck to know what the slots were good for. Magus definitely felt great. Like, this card felt absolutely fantastic. But I kind of feel like having access to a Fury or 2 would be very, very interesting. Sort of as tutor targets if you're going to choose to go the Flamekin Harbinger route. But if you choose to not go that route, then don't even bother with the Furies. Although I guess you could if you wanted to. Like, it's still a fine sideboard card, right? You probably don't want to treat it like a creature for company anymore, but like, it's just a fine card that you can treat as a spell, and it's just a very impactful 5-drop if the game ever gets to that. But yeah, fun deck, super fun deck, and we actually went 4-1, like pretty solid results as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video, folks. Take care. Bye bye.